What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is, oh, my lip. Oh, that is a red lip. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this is Ready to Love season 4 episode. I don't know what episode we're on. Technically episode 10. Well, it's this season 5, episode 10. Next week is the season finale. So, and then we're going to have probably at least 2 weeks of a reunion. So we got about 3 more weeks of this, okay? Now, this week the ladies are back in charge, right? And we have, this is, take the guy that you really feel in to meet a family member, right? And so the couples have sort of weaned at this point. We have Mumin with Frank. Frank is still hedging between Sydney and Mumin. Sydney is still hedging between Phil and Frank. Shiloh got all her eggs in one basket with Phil. Aisha has all her eggs in one basket with Dante. And Sabrina has all her eggs in one basket with Walter. And vice versa. Like, both of them, right? Those two couples are locked in, right? So it's interesting to see how this whole thing goes down. So first we have, and they met down to the Watergate Hotel. Now, the Watergate Hotel in D.C., it is very notorious. If you don't know nothing about the Watergate, go and do some Googling. And I don't know who your history teacher was. But anyway, so, well, hotel and apartments. They got apartments there too. Anyway, I get digressed. So first we see Sydney. We meet Sydney's family. Couple of observations I made in this situation. One, Sydney is definitely spoiled rotten. Okay, she's living in this beautiful high-rise apartment that her parents hadn't even been to yet, and her mama got 2 dogs that they called her brother and sister. Now let me explain something to you. I don't know how I feel about that, and I've seen other people do it, and I've joked with people about it. Like my cousin, I joke with her son's dog being her grand dog. Like, I joke about stuff like that, but I don't think they were joking. I think they were serious. She said that she was so nervous she couldn't even dress herself. Her mama had to dress her. Girl, what? Okay. So Phil comes through. He bought flowers for her and her mama. He bought a bottle of bourbon for daddy. And I thought that was sweet. I thought that was really, really sweet. That's definitely a way to get some points in. And they had a good conversation. Mama was like, listen, my daughter has been through a lot. Okay, she's had a lot of heartbreak in her life. And if you ain't here for the right reasons and with the right intentions, please exit stage left. Like, don't take her through no bull. Don't do this for show. If you don't mean it, listen. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. I feel like it's what Mama was saying to him. But Phil was like, nah, I'm here. I'm feeling your daughter. I'm interested in getting to know her better. Okay. So then we had Dante meeting Aisha down to the Greek restaurant. I've been to that Greek restaurant. The food's pretty decent. Okay. I've been there before. Okay. And her brother and mom flew in from New York. So I was like, okay, this is serious, right? They flew in from New York. Okay. They got flew in. And again, Aisha was like, I was with my husband for 12 years. So this is going to be the first time that my family is seeing me be serious with anybody in a long, long time, And, I feel like, again, Dante had a good conversation. Mama said, listen, people come into your life for a reason, season, or a lifetime. What is my daughter? And he was like, I want her to be my lifetime. I said, see, ding, 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 ding. Man, that's the right answer. Okay? He ain't hesitate. He ain't hedge. He ain't, but it was the right answer. Okay? Now, they brought up the kids thing again, and, he was like, listen, I don't have no problems with my baby mamas. 2 out of the 3 of them have already remarried, so they really ain't thinking about me. Now, he ain't say nothing about that third one. He ain't say nothing about that third one. But let's just assume, okay? Let's assume that it's all gravy, okay? So I'm gonna say this, y'all, and y'all tell me, and I know that some of it is editing, and I know that some of it we just can't see everything, but when did Sydney and Phil get so close? Because when they was down to the retreat, Sydney was all in on Frank. Frank was her man, and Frank felt the same way. That is it. I am locked in. I am locked and loaded. Sydney is my one. And somewhere between the retreat and when they got back home from the retreat, something different, because I didn't even realize that Frank, I mean, you could tell that her and Phil are, like when Phil walked into that elevator and the way he was, I feel like Phil seen that apartment before. That's what I'm saying. I feel like Phil, your mama might not have been to that apartment before, but I feel like Phil has. Late in the midnight hour. I'm just saying. Now, anyway, moving on, child. Moving on. So, then we have Frank meeting Mumin's family. Now, Mumin's family, they're from Cameroon. West African, right? Cameroon. And Frank's family is from Ghana, which I didn't know either one of these things, right? So Frank is first generation. He said he's the first of his family to be born in America, which means that his family, you know, like he know Ghana, right? And listen, Mumin daddy won't play in. Like Mumin daddy, sorry y'all, was giving him the stank face, was giving him the. Now, to Frank's credit, Frank was honest. Frank got in where he fit in with the whole African connection, you know. But he was honest about the fact that, you know, he knew that there was another woman that he was entertaining. Now, Mumin mama won't feel it. It was her mama or her sister, whoever. She won't feel it. She was like, I don't understand why there's anybody else, because you are the prize. You are the only one. Why is he entertaining anybody else? Because you are the winner. You are the prize. You are the only person he should be looking at, entertaining. And listen, that's how you're supposed to feel about your people. But like she said, listen, this was a process. Like, this wasn't just, I met him on the street dating other women. This was a process. He's supposed to be dating other women. But at the end of the conversation, Daddy was okay with it. Daddy signed off on it, you know. At the end of the conversation, Daddy signed off on the situation. So then we had Frank meet Sydney's. Now he met Sydney's sister. Now I feel like Frank with Sydney's sister, it was a little. It ain't really. The connection wasn't really there. He seemed a little disconnected, and he seemed like he was fumbling and stumbling through some of his answers. But when it was all over said and done, they was all laughing and joking, and she liked him. She gave him a thumbs up. So okay, cool. You know. I really think that it's going to end up being Phil and Sydney, Frank and Mumin, honestly. Like, I feel like whatever, because I told y'all this a long time ago, that I feel like Sydney and Frank were gravitating towards each other to stay on the show because they knew each other, and they could probably be like, yo, look, we're going to and then they found a connection with somebody else. That's what I think happened, and that's just my 2 cents. Y'all tell me what y'all think happened, chat. Anyway, so then we had Walter and Sabrina. Now listen, I think Walter and Sabrina have made a great connection. I don't know if Walter and Sabrina are ready to make it like just me and you. You know, Tony, just me and you. I don't know. I don't feel it. I felt it in the beginning, y'all. I felt that connection in the beginning. I felt the letting. I felt it. But now, I don't know. I think Sabrina might have gotten a little guarded through this process. Maybe she said, she feel like that she's the consolation prize. She feel like Walter only reached out to her, after things didn't work out with somebody else. And so I think that's making Sabrina pull back a little bit. And so I'm not feeling that fire and desire that I was feeling in the beginning between Sabrina and Walter. But he met Sabrina's cousin via Zoom. And the cousin asked him some hard questions, but again, by the end of it, cousin was feeling Walter. She said, I like him. I think he's genuine. I believe what he's saying. I believe he has good intentions. That's all we can hope for. Because I told y'all from the beginning, I was feeling Walter. I have liked Walter from the beginning. I don't know anything about Walter outside of this show. But I like Walter. And I like Sabrina. So then we find out what all of us have been talking about. Ooh, the other restaurant they went to, y'all, was Founding Farmers. Let me tell y'all about Founding Farmers. I don't know nothing about Founding Farmers outside of this area, okay? They probably got them all over the country, but I'm saying in this area, Founding Farmers is a good spot. It's a farm-to-table spot, right? And it's about 3 or 4 of them in this area. all local farms. The food is fresh. Like, the menu changes constantly because it's based on what they can get locally. But some things are staples on their menu. Listen, if you are ever in the DMV area, go to one of the family farmers. I don't care, breakfast, lunch, brunch, dinner. It is good. It is good food. Moving on. Okay. So then I did that for like a commercial, like they was paying me. I should edit that out, because ain't nobody paying me to be telling y'all where to go. Ain't nobody. Focus. I'm back. So we finally found out the situation between Phil and Shiloh. So come to find out, Phil and Shiloh went down to the club. They had some drinks. They probably had a really good time. And at the end of the night, when it was time to figure out if we're going to my house or your house, Shiloh was like, before I go there, before we go and we canoodle and caboodle, I need to know what's good. Like, are you locked and loaded on me? Because I'm locked and loaded on you. Like, I'm feeling like you're not locked and loaded on me. And so before we go back and, you know, we do grown folk stuff, I need to know what's up. And Phil, being the person that I think Phil is, and was honest and was like, girl, look, you know this a show. You know that I'm entertaining somebody other than you. I'm not ready yet. Like, I like you, girl. You are in my top 2. But I am not ready to say you are the one and only. I'm not ready to make that commitment. And Shiloh got mad. It got heated. It escalated. And at a certain point, Shiloh decided to walk away down a dark alley at 4 o'clock in the morning in Washington, D.C. And Phil was like, girl, if you don't get your ass back here. And she said, leave me alone. I need some space. I need a minute. And Phil was like, girl, you can get a minute in the car. You can get some space under some street lights. But what you not getting ready to do is walk down this damn alley in the middle of the morning in some seedy ass part of Washington, D.C. That is not safe. Come back. And Shiloh said, I'm not going to come back because I said I need a minute and you need to respect that. And Phil said, I will respect it better if you will bring your happy ass over here and I will leave you alone. And she wouldn't do it. And so Phil went over there and he physically picked her up and carried her to the car. Now listen. They ended up having to have a meeting with Tommy, and that's where all this came out. And what I can respect about Tommy is he said, listen, I'm trying to see this from both sides of the coin. I'm trying to see this from both sides of the coin. And here's the side of the coin. I see it from Phil's point of view as a man and as a protector. Shiloh, I see it from your point of view. He shouldn't have never put his hands on you, whether it was in a way to try to look out and protect you or not. Shouldn't have put his hands on you. I see this from both sides of the coin. But my question is, do you feel like he was trying to hurt you? Do you feel like this was done with any type of malice? And she said no. He said, okay, because if that were the case, then we'd have a different conversation. But this is what I feel like. I feel like y'all was up way past y'all bedtime. Y'all had some drinks and y'all was having a conversation that probably y'all should have been having in that moment. Things got a little heated and got a little escalated. But I don't think that y'all are at a point where this could be, where y'all can't be cool, cordial, friends, maybe even get past this and continue down your role of figuring out if this is a romantic connection. He said, I want y'all to talk. Once you calm down and you are in the space to do it, I really do want y'all to talk. Because I feel like this can be resolved, right? So, Phil is like, what's up? They go into the lounge and again, everybody is recapping what they did with their dates or whatever. Yada, yada, yada. We don't care about none of that. I mean, because we know what it is. But we get to the Shiloh-Phil situation. Now, on top of the fact that Shiloh and Phil have had this horrible incident, Shiloh don't have no other connections. So, at this point, it's like, she recaps to the group what happened. And again, she was clear to say, I do not think he was trying to physically hurt me. However, he did not respect my request for him to not put his hands on me in that moment. Sydney was like, that ain't the Phil that I know. Like, I hear you, and I'm sorry you went through that, but that ain't the Phil that I know. And she says, do you mind if I talk to Phil about it? And Shiloh was like, girl, you can say what you want to say. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care about you talking to him. And what I like is that Sydney didn't say it to her face. Sydney sort of said it in her confessional that that's not the Phil that she know. That's not her experience. But she did not diminish Shiloh's experience. Because I think it goes back to the whole Zadia Naeem thing where he was like, listen, that ain't listen, she might have flipped out on you, but that ain't what I don't have that issue with her. I think it's the same conversation, right? Now, Tommy was like, listen, there's not going to be an elimination. And I think that was done for a couple of reasons. One, it was done because at that point, the only person that would have gotten eliminated, well, I don't even think they would have been able to get a vote for anybody to be eliminated, honestly. I mean, they would have had to, I guess. But if there was going to be somebody eliminated, I feel like it would have been Phil, and it would have only been because of the situation with Shiloh. But Phil has a legit connection with Sydney. So we're at the point in this process, and especially since Naeem sort of self-eliminated, there really wasn't a pressure to eliminate anybody. But two, Tommy really wanted Shiloh and Phil to talk and really see if they could move past this, right? So they do sit down and they talk, and I 100% agree that Shiloh said, listen, because what Shiloh told Phil was, what you don't know what I've been through, and you don't know what was behind the do not touch me. I have marks on my body from someone not respecting and not, I got the impression that she'd been in an abusive relationship. And Phil was like, I hear you. Like, I absolutely hear you. But you being angry with me can be undone. If I let you walk down that alley and something happens to you, that can't be undone. And then it's on me. As the man, as the person that was supposed to be protecting you, that alley's not safe. And she said, well, you could have followed me down the alley. Phil was like, hey, whoa, I didn't want to go down that alley. Let's be clear. When I say it wasn't safe, I don't mean it wasn't safe for a woman. I mean it wasn't safe. I wasn't walking down that alley. So I hear what you're saying, but understand my reasoning. And Shiloh was like, listen, at this point, I really don't care what your reason is. Like, your reasoning is not my concern. What I need you to understand is that you needed to respect what I said. And he said, well, let me ask you a question. Do you think I was trying to hurt you? And she said, yes, emotionally. He was like, what? Like, in that moment, do you think I was trying to hurt you? Like, not in this process. Because, again, when you say emotionally, you're talking about this process. He's saying in that moment, when I picked you up, when I physically picked you up and carried you to the car, do you think I was trying to hurt you? And the answer to that is no. You don't think that man was trying to hurt you in that moment. You didn't like what he did. Let's be clear. You didn't like what he did, and I respect that part of it. But that man won't try to hurt you, girl. But again, I can't say what will trigger somebody who's been through something. Maybe you've been through some shit, and I can't tell you what will or won't trigger you, right? So she meets with Tommy and tells Tommy how the conversation went. And she told Tommy the same thing. He said, do you think that he was trying to hurt you? And she said, I mean, yes. He was like, yes. She was like, I mean, emotionally. Tommy was like, girl. Like, you can see the look on his face was like, he said, but do you think he was physically trying to hurt you? No, I don't think physically. And I've said that from the beginning. He was like, okay, cool. All right, cool. And so she self-eliminated, which is what she needed to do at this point. You know, you don't have a connection with anybody else. You and Phil are at a space where he's not interested in trying to work it out. He said he's not attracted to you anymore. He don't see the attraction anymore. And I don't think you are interested in moving forward. So that was the best thing to do. Child, it was a whole lot. Anyway, next week is the season finale. It looks like the ladies are going to meet the men's family. And then I guess it's a final decision that we have to make. And baby, I am so here for the reunion. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all let me know. Peace.